Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
What a glorious afternoon for us here across much of western Oregon. A lot of folks enjoying a nice sunny afternoon. Up in the mountains, we've got a little bit of cumulus buildup. You can actually check it out if you look back off towards the east. Now, those aren't producing any thunderstorms out there. There's not enough moisture in the air mass for that, and we don't really have any big lows around us. We don't have the kind of trigger to set the fire off, so to speak. But they're out there for the most part. This is a snapshot taken about 30 minutes ago. A couple of marine cloud decks, I should say, holding along the north coast. Most of the real heavy marine clouds pretty far offshore, so even the coast starting to enjoy a nicer afternoon today than what they saw yesterday. So what do we have in store as we go in towards the next couple of days? Well, first, for the rest of this afternoon, a beautiful shot out of Goss Stadium. This was tweeted out by our own master tweeter here, KZI 9 News Sports reporter Stephen Nelson. He's actually up there covering the Beavs. We'll have that coming up later on tonight, but a beautiful day to catch the game out towards Corvallis. Now, here's what's in store as we go in towards the next couple of days, though. We've got a big storm that's going to return us to a more typical pattern. And that means scattered showers, cooler temperatures, and yes, even some new mountain snow as we head in towards the weekend. Talk about that in a second. But first, weekend, speaking of which, Saturday market getting ready to kick off their season this Saturday. And unfortunately, it is likely going to be certainly cooler and a little soggy as well. Not like last year where we had a beautiful forecast that day, but certainly that is the case as we get into April here. Kind of get some transitional weather, and that's what we'll see. But a beautiful day today across the state. 72 in Corvallis, 70 in Eugene, 75 in Ontario. That was the warm spot across the state, but just about everywhere until you got out towards the central north coast where the clouds hung on. Everyone was sitting under a very mild forecast, and we'll likely repeat that again for tomorrow. Right now, we're still at 69 in Eugene, 68 in Roseburg, 70 in Corvallis, right around 50 to 52 out to the coast. Sitting in the mid-50s as you get out into the mountains, and 57 in Bend. So here's the story. We've got a ridge of high pressure over top of us now. It's not super strong, but it's at least enough that it's drying the air mass out. When these little clouds move in, they kind of fall apart. But as we head in towards Thursday, we'll start to see this next big system get closer to us, and that'll return us back to, as I mentioned, more typical pattern. That means first wave of rain likely coming through early Thursday. Tomorrow morning, we'll just see some high clouds thicken up throughout the day. Still think the temperature is likely going to be warm, probably similar to today, around 68 to 71, 72 degrees in spots. And then by the time you head out the door Thursday morning for school or work, we'll likely see that first wave push on through. Some heavier bands will move through then in the afternoon and evening, and that unlocks the door to a much cooler forecast and back to the typical spring weather for the weekend. In fact, by Saturday and Sunday, we've got a couple of big, stronger systems that will slide southward out of the Gulf of Alaska. So they'll bring the cool air with them as well. And we'll watch the snow lines drop back down below 4,000 feet. So we could be looking at some fresh mountain snow as we head to the weekend. Ski resorts certainly will like that. Okay, along the coast for tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Temperatures will be around 57 to 59 degrees. And then we slowly cool things off. Heaviest rain showers will be Thursday. And then again, probably Saturday along the coast. Could see some good wind as well Thursday morning. And then likely Sunday morning as we'll get a big spin up of a low just off the coast there. We'll watch for that. Mostly sunny in the Umpqua. Temperatures will be around 70 to 73 tomorrow. And then the 7-day forecast slices everything back down into the upper 50s as we head in towards the weekend. And right now looks like we'll hold on to showers all the way through about next Monday. Cascades, mostly sunny, freezing levels at 8,000 feet. They'll be dropping slowly over the weekend. And I do expect to see some rain-snow mix for your weekend forecast. So if folks are headed out into the mountains to do hiking or camping this weekend, be ready for a big change from what you're seeing out there now. Mid-60s in Bend and Redmond, low 60s and scattered evening showers on Thursday, isolated chances through the weekend. And then again by Sunday, I think some of that will be mixing into some wet snowflakes as well. And finally in the valley, around 69 to 70 degrees tomorrow. Certainly cooler Thursday, but guys, the 50s start to return in the forecast as we head into the weekend. Now, 58 is where we should be this time of year, but we have been spoiled for the last 4 or 5 days.
I don't know if I can put those pants back on. I've been rocking the shorts here for the last day or two.
I know. It's unfortunately going to happen, especially folks headed out to Saturday market. That's a big first opening day. And last year was great. This year.
Oh, they're prepared for anything.
Oh, I know they don't care. They're fine. They're like, bring it on.
Thanks, Justin.
You bet.